On January 24, 2006, 24-year-old Jennifer Kesse, a financial analyst from Orlando, Florida, vanished without a trace. The case of her disappearance has baffled authorities for years, and despite extensive investigations, Jennifer's fate remains a haunting mystery. Jennifer was last seen leaving her apartment for work, but she never arrived at the office. Her car was discovered a day later, abandoned in a parking lot about a mile from her home. The car had been parked in an unusual spot, with the keys inside, but there were no signs of struggle or any indication of what might have happened to her. Born on May 20, 1981, Jennifer Kesse was a bright and ambitious young woman with a promising career ahead of her. She had graduated from the University of Central Florida with a degree in finance and had recently moved into a beautiful apartment in the Orlando area. Her life appeared to be going well. She had a close-knit family, a successful job, and a relationship with her boyfriend Robert. The morning of January 24th started like any other. Jennifer spoke briefly with her boyfriend Robert on the phone, confirming plans to meet that evening. Afterward, she left her apartment to head to work. Her co-workers later reported that she never showed up, and by 10 a.m., a co-worker contacted her family to report that she hadn't arrived at work. At first, her family thought Jennifer might have just been running late. However, after several hours of trying to reach her without success, they began to worry. They immediately contacted the police to file a missing person report. The breakthrough in the case came when Jennifer's car was discovered in a parking lot near an apartment complex in a different area of Orlando. The car was locked, and her purse was inside, but Jennifer was nowhere to be found. Even more bizarre, the car had been parked in an odd, secluded spot, as though it had been intentionally placed there. The keys were left inside the car, and there was no sign of any struggle. This raised many questions. Why had Jennifer parked so far from her apartment? Was it possible that she had driven there willingly, or was she forced to go there against her will? The lack of struggle inside the car made investigators suspect that she might have been taken elsewhere, or that something happened while she was en route. One of the most chilling parts of Jennifer's disappearance was the discovery of surveillance footage from a nearby apartment complex. In the video, a man is seen walking across the parking lot near where Jennifer's car was found. The man appeared to be walking toward her car and seemed to move with purpose, but he didn't appear to know the camera was recording. This footage was the only clue investigators had about what might have happened to Jennifer. The man in the footage was never identified, and despite extensive efforts to trace him, no concrete leads have been found. Authorities believe the individual could have been a key witness or even the perpetrator, but to this day, the mystery man remains unidentified. The video has been repeatedly shared in the media, but it still hasn't led to any major breakthroughs. Since Jennifer's disappearance, several theories have been proposed, but none have been proven. Some believe Jennifer's case may be connected to a possible abduction by a stranger. Others think it might have been a targeted attack, potentially linked to someone from her personal or professional life. Several suspects have been considered, but no one has been charged in connection with her disappearance. Her boyfriend Robert was initially questioned by police, though there was no evidence to suggest his involvement. In the years following Jennifer's disappearance, Robert was one of many who continued to push for answers, as her family worked tirelessly to keep the case alive in the media. One theory is that Jennifer's disappearance could have been linked to her apartment complex. Some believe she may have been targeted by someone who was familiar with her routine, possibly a stranger who noticed her walking alone, or someone with prior knowledge of her schedule. Since 2006, authorities have investigated numerous leads and conducted widespread searches. Over 1,000 tips have been submitted, but none have led to any significant breakthroughs. Investigators have explored various possibilities, including whether Jennifer could have been taken by someone she knew, or if it was a random abduction. Despite repeated efforts, no trace of Jennifer has been found. In addition to the physical search efforts, Jennifer's family has fought tirelessly to keep the case in the public eye. They've appeared on TV shows, podcasts, and other media outlets to raise awareness and keep the search for Jennifer alive. As of now, Jennifer Kesse's case remains unsolved, and her family continues to seek answers. Despite the passage of time, there's still hope that new information will come to light. Jennifer's disappearance remains one of the most frustrating and heartbreaking mysteries in recent years. Her case has become a symbol of the terrifying reality that no one is ever truly safe, even in a seemingly ordinary life. Was Jennifer taken by a stranger, or was she the victim of someone she knew? And if the man in the security footage knows something, why hasn't he come forward? Jennifer Kesse's story continues to captivate and frustrate. As her family remains steadfast in their search for justice, questions linger in the air. Who took Jennifer Kesse and where is she now? What do you think happened to Jennifer? Do you believe she was the victim of a random act or was there someone behind her disappearance? Share your theories in the comments below.